Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new episode of KFWF Radio. This is the world's first and only combination trivia host and professional wrestling announcer of Chilean descent that currently resides in Southern California. Your stunningly stubborn and stupendous student of stupidity, Ozzy V. Welcome to another episode of Stupid, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're ready for the stupid. We got plenty of it this week, and of course, I'm not by myself. First, in the Northern California Bay Area is Greg. How are you?
Doing well. How about yourself, Ozzy?
I'm always fantastic. And we're not alone. We have the man in the South, the one who wears the hat, Daniel Shine. How you doing?
I am doing well.
Let me just say, I cannot wait for your draft picks later. We are drafting favorite cartoon characters, and if you've listened to any one of our drafts before, you know that we'll all be entertained by Dan's picks, and that's not to say it's a bad thing. It's just a different perspective. That's all. But I appreciate you, and that's why I have you on. And that's not all. We do have an individual that is the glue holding this together. You're not going to hear much from him because he is working on this whole thing in a producer capacity, and that is Todd. Producer Todd.
Okay, yeah, I'm like, you didn't do it right. Come on, Ozzy.
Take two. To figure out how, I already said producer. I was like, we're good. Producer Todd. How are you?
I'm chilling.
Chilling. Yeah, he's chilling. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have weird news, and then we have a new segment after weird news where this is something that the producers thought of. See, I told you we were stupid. This is the stupidest audio program you'll get on the internet. You can call it a stupid cast if you want. I don't care. I call it fun. But first, we're going to get started with weird news. And the first story I would like to talk about is in Tokyo. Recently, new public toilets have been opened in Shibuya, Japan, with an interesting feature: transparent walls. Yes, transparent walls in public restrooms. The intent is to show how clean the restroom is. And when the door is locked, the walls become opaque. Now, this has been tried before in Oita, Japan, in 2014. However, there were motion sensors installed that if they detected no movement for 35 consecutive seconds, the walls went transparent. Needless to say, this caused some embarrassing moments. I mean, think about it. All of a sudden, the walls go transparent. And this is another thing that I would think is that, so is it opaque from the inside? So that way, imagine if it's opaque from the inside, you then all of a sudden see stuff transparent. You see people looking at you. You're making eye contact while you're on the can. Then all of a sudden, you got to wave your arms to make sure the motion sensors see you. But then at the same time, you're running the risk of bringing more attention to yourself because you're always going to try to look for the person that's waving their arms. Or you see somebody waving your arms, corner of their eye, you're going to pay attention to that person. So you got to bring attention to yourself to hide yourself in that particular situation. Would you give this a shot? If you were traveling in Japan, you saw one of these transparent walls, public toilets, would you?
Oh, well, first I need to say our government needs to start innovating on how we take our dumps after hearing this.
Well, at the same time, though, to be fair, from what I read, is that the restrooms are traditionally not nearly as bad as ours are, as usually the common courtesy is to keep things clean over there, clean up after yourselves.
Yeah,
and apparently they do a good job because they're very respectful over there of their public spaces. Unfortunately, unlike where we are. Anyhow, if this was the case, like if Dan Shine is in Japan, you going one of these things?
Not unless I absolutely had to.
Me too.
I don't want to end up on, some dark web site somewhere.
You'd be concerned. I'd be concerned too. Greg, what do you think?
Oh, I'm doing it 100%. Like, not only that, but like, I'm putting on a weird costume when I get in there, so that in case people are just like, "What the hell?"
Okay.
So, and I'm sorry if
any costume in the world, what would you bring in there with you?
Oh man. I think just for the inception of it, you got to be like Mr. Hanky or something. That would be great. But, if we want to bring it to America, like, make it a game show. Like, beat the clock kind of a situation.
Ooh.
Let me tell you, people get off their phones, that's for sure.
Yeah, 100%. I love that. All right, so next one comes in Northamptonshire, England, where an officer helping train a rookie was playing the part of the criminal. When the rookie applied the handcuffs, the veteran officer exclaimed that they were too tight. The trainee officer understood that as them playing the part. So then when it came time that the exercise was over, she took off one handcuff and it was fine, but was unable to remove the other because it was locked too tight. It was locked too tight, so they needed to go to the Northampton Fire and Rescue Service, where they used pedal cutters to free the officer. And I'm actually including a link in the description that takes you directly to the Twitter tweet post by BBC, which actually interviewed this individual and explained everything that's happened, so you can give that a listen. What do you guys think about that? Like, has anything similar happened to like a trainee causing something that, you know what I mean? Anything similar here?
I don't know. Not outside of Police Academy, I guess. I don't know.
It really does sound like a bit out of a Police Academy movie.
It does. It's a British Police Academy. And last one, happens in Long Grove, Illinois. Now, this is the one I just read about today. Now, in Long Grove, Illinois, a landmark that was just approved this year was the Covered Bridge. The Covered Bridge of Long Grove. They actually have stores that pay homage to the bridge. Like they have what's called Covered Bridge Creamery, which is an ice cream shop that's right by the bridge. Now, 2 years ago, before it was made a landmark, a box truck had caused damage to the bridge, and it was so much damage they needed to close it for 2 years. It reopened just last week, and specifically last Friday, August 14th. Now, I should specify there, because Greg mentioned this on his final thought, I need to be clear, we're technically recording this on Friday, August 21st. So I do mean last Friday, August 14th, but when you're listening to this, it'll be August 25th. So I need to specify August 14th is when it opened.
Appreciate you.
It opened that morning, and they had a celebration, all this stuff, and everything was great. Not even 24 hours later, by the end of the day, a school bus got wedged in it. Now, here's what drives me crazy about this, is the fact that the driver had a GPS that warned them they should not proceed in the type of vehicle that they're in. However, the, quote, occupants convinced her to proceed. Remember, it was a school bus, so the occupants were children. They were children. The driver, driving this bus full of kids, sees on the GPS says, I can't go through the bridge, kids. Sorry. And the kids are like, no, go through the bridge, go through the bridge. How many kids had to say that? Like, for the bus driver to be like, you know what? You guys have never driven a vehicle, but I'm going to listen to you guys.
You know, it could be a situation where the top part of the bridge, because nobody used it for 30 seconds, went transparent.
Didn't size it up properly. You know, I would say you're onto something. Maybe there are some transparent walls going on with this bridge. Just this past Wednesday, and I should say Wednesday the 19th, ABC film crew was in this town interviewing the citizens about this bridge, about the story last Friday. And in mid-interview, you hear a crash, and a second truck caused more damage to the bridge, except this guy was able to it was a hit and run. And I'm including the link to this news article in the description where you can see the video, where you see the interview, and then the look on the poor lady's face. The reporter was interviewing the owner of Antique Shop, and she, very sweet lady, and all of a sudden you hear the crash, and just her eye, like, she just stopped what she was saying and just kind of had this like, well, there it goes again. This is why we can't have nice things. I just read about today, so unfortunately I don't have a clever turnaround, but hey, Greg, thank you for those transparent roof. So now we have a trivia question. If this is your first time listening, I'm going to play a song after the question that will have something to do with the answer. It's not meant to make total sense. There's going to be some twists and turns. You might know the answer. That's great. but try to have some fun trying to guess the connection, which I will explain when we come back. The question is, in the topic of national flags, what Asian country's national flag has 14 alternating horizontal red and white stripes with a yellow crescent moon and 14-point yellow star on a blue field in the top left corner? Once again, what Asian country's national flag has 14 alternating horizontal red and white stripes with a yellow crescent moon and 14-point yellow star on a blue field in the top left corner? Song you're hearing is Mas Tequila by Sammy Hagar and the War Burritos, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes with the answer here on KFWF.
All right, now here we go. Now we're going to tell you a little story here about the way we like to party. Take you on a trip. Hit it! Woo! That's right. I'm going way down south where the big blue agave grow. Taking a weekend trip down the Baja Mexico, where you can drink the water, but don't you eat the ice. Take the vitamin T with some lemon slice. I say, one shot, hey, mas tequila. Two shots, hey, hey, keep my hymno. Three shots, hey, yariba. Hey, hey, mas tequila. Woo! She did a mean Macarena to the funky cold Medina. Behind the body shot and 3 margaritas. She drinking straight from the bottle, terracotta jug from a boat up there. Talking to major buzz. I said, one shot, hey, mas tequila. Two shots, hey, hey, gave my hymno. Three shots, hey, yariba. Hey, hey, mas tequila.
What Asian country's national flag has 14 alternating horizontal red and white stripes with a yellow crescent moon and 14-point yellow star on a blue field in the top left corner? Song I had playing was Mas Tequila by Sammy Hagar and the War Burritos, because a particular popular tequila brand is Patron. And the Patronus Towers are in Kuala Lumpur, which is located in the country of Malaysia. Malaysia being the correct answer. Now, next up, I did mention we have a new segment. Producer Todd, what do we have?
Well, it's going to be how mad does this make Ozzy?
Oh,
on a scale of 1 to 10. So,
oh, man.
and I've seen this one personally. So,
and I just want to apologize ahead of time that I could potentially, this might just kickstart me into a rant of sorts, but usually those are entertaining. So we'll see. Okay, Todd, what do you got?
All right, Ozzy. On a scale of 1 to 10, how mad does it make you when you go to a restaurant and they only have Diet Pepsi?
Oh my Lord! What the? Okay, I'm not gonna curse. I don't need to because this whole notion is so stupid. I get it. Coke charges an X amount of money. Pepsi charges Y amount of money, and that amount is cheaper. But do you understand the kind of people? Do you understand the disappointment? The disappointment you're giving people when they're usually accustomed. Hey, can I get a Coke? Oh, you know what? We switched to Pepsi. Oh. I'll be back. And then they go to the store and get a Coke, and they come back with the Coke. And I've seen it happen. It's happened. I can't say where, unfortunately, but it was an establishment that had Coca-Cola beforehand. They switched to Pepsi, and then the next week, the guy started bringing in his own soda to trivia. I don't blame him at all. I even told him, I was like, hey, that's great. Hey,
can you live? What about wild cherry Pepsi? Can you live with that?
Dan is wild cherry Pepsi.
It's good.
The question is about Diet Pepsi. And
well, yeah, but like, if it were,
no. Okay, so Todd and I have a similar alternate. If we're in a situation like, hey, well, Todd always gets Sprite, so he'll just get Sierra
Not
Mist,
always. I know. Yeah.
I'll go with Sierra Mist if we have Pepsi only. Okay, just screw the diet thing. I'm only gonna have one Sierra Mist, and that's that. But you could not pay me to drink Diet Pepsi. That is a joke. Yeah, I think I actually did answer once when somebody told me we switched to Pepsi. I think I kind of that's funny. Yeah. Oh, you're serious. So, how mad does it make me on a scale of 1 to 10?
Yes.
I'd say like 9.3. That'd be 9.3 on the Ozzy Richter scale.
All right.
I had a 10 happen. I had a 10 happen just yesterday. You know what happened? I was getting on the freeway right here, and a big rig literally almost hit me. Sorry, I'm losing myself because I'm reliving the moment in my head. I'm getting on the on-ramp, and this is one of those freeways where, like, that lane merges in this lane. So usually who's ever driving on the freeway is like, oh, this guy's coming on. I'm going to be slow. I'm going to let them in. No, especially if somebody driving a big rig, a big, giant, freaking truck. I'm telling you, I was within a hair of hitting that truck and the wall. It was insane. I was almost this close to following the guy, to following the truck, taking a snapshot of his door. The Department of Transportation number, of course, for me, I'd like to give people the benefit of the doubt. So, like, maybe he didn't see me, but at the same time, like, wait, he didn't see you, then that's even worse. I don't know what was going on because especially working DoorDash, sometimes you get these messages, sometimes like, hey, can you do this or whatever? You get distracted, and I'm not saying that I'm excusing the vehicular behavior. Rather, I just explained why I chose not to follow him, because I think if I followed him, there would have been a different result. That would have not been too pleasant. But to answer your question, 9.3. And I say that having a 10 this week.
I was going to say, it still seems low.
If you follow
maybe 9.7 actually. Because when that happens, I get that quiet anger. When I get like that really super like angry, when I'm like really pissed, when I'm really pissed, I get so quiet and I just give short one-word answers. And I think like when I hear like, Oh, is Diet Pepsi okay?
Your response the first time was like, you're like, give me a minute. And when our waitress left, you're like, I think I'm just going to go to the store.
Here's what we do.
Where was this? Can you please refresh my memory?
This would have been at Kino's.
I didn't go to the store. There's no store.
No. You didn't, but you said you were going to. And then you realized there was no store around.
That just went out right now. There's no store around.
What we need to do,
I should have gone to the El Pollo Loco right next door. They have Coke.
You follow the crazy trucker, then we have like you human lampshade Ozzy on here, and we all enjoy a Diet Pepsi. It'll be like the memorial show.
I'll tell you this: if you want to see me rise from the dead at my funeral, have nothing but Diet Pepsi around. I'll come back from the dead and give everybody the finger. How dare you people infect your bloodstreams with this poison while you're so close to me? I feel gross.
Can I just pour it out like a 40?
Dude, I will seriously come back from the dead and haunt you.
What weekend at Bernie's, dude? Just put one in your hand.
If anybody wants me to haunt them after I'm dead, pour Diet Pepsi on my grave. I will make you have nightmares. Nightmares.
Noting that down.
Don't go first.
All right. Well, I think I got one for you, Ozzy, if you don't mind.
Yep.
So the internet and how it's utilized and whatnot, it's had multiple stages, but the World Wide Web, as we know it, where a lot of people were able to use it and interconnect, was in the early 90s. How does it make you feel, Ozzy, that the last time the Raiders won the Super Bowl, people could not look up the score?
Damn.
How does that make you feel?
Well, lady, he just removed his
Right
headphones.
now. I'm telling you that because I know what I'm going to do.
Okay. Well, okay.
That's how it makes me feel.
It's your computer chair.
I'll have you note I'm not as crazy as somebody else, and I didn't throw it through the wall, causing any holes. But I still threw my chair against the wall roof.
Or into the unclosing closet of.
Well,
I still feel like that's like a.
At least someone knows how to throw.
Chair back.
He broke his chair. Now he's gonna like collapse in it.
So I'm just gonna guess that's a 10.
Greg, I can't recall. Was that a scale of 1 to 10?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. I went full Spinal Tap and went to 11.
Gotcha.
Wow. I'm going to be completely honest. When I was getting up out of my chair, I seriously had trouble standing. Because that was sinking in. It was sinking in. 1984. January
83.
1984.
Well,
no, it was the 83 season, but it was technically in January 94, which I think that's why I somehow became a Raiders fan, because I figured when I was being delivered, the last team to have won a Super Bowl were the Los Angeles Raiders. And I was born about an hour away from Los Angeles. So I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe there was a vibe. You know, Marcus Allen was going crazy because that was the Super Bowl against the Redskins, where he, at the time, broke a record, or the rushing record for Super Bowl.
But you wouldn't 100% know because you weren't born when they won last.
No, I've never been born.
Right.
No, it's like I'm the curse for the Raiders. After Ozzy was born, no, we can never win a Super Bowl again. God forbid. I thought there was hope in 2003, technically the 2002 season, but no. Ozzy's an adult now. He needs to know what it's like to feel pain. So we're gonna have the Raiders lose by double the points, by their former coach too. That'll show them.
At least now, though, you know it's not going to happen. It's not like there's like hope. You know.
This was their best season yet, right?
No, see, oh my God. Okay, Greg knows me too well that he's seen me every football season, and every football season's like, dude, like I'm not saying they're gonna win the Super Bowl, but I think they could really like make some great progress. And then they go 4-12. Way to go, guys!
My favorite Ozzy quote in preseason. I think this is the year.
That sounds just like Dan when it comes to his favorite sport.
Shut up, Todd.
No, it's slightly different because I actually believe it.
So does Dan.
So,
Do the Raiders have Thunderdome? I rest my case.
The Raiders have John Gruden, which is better than Thunderdome. Knock on wood if you're with me.
You can't polish a turd, though. I mean,
are we talking about Thunderdome? Because they're trying to polish a turd.
I think he was referencing the Raiders.
He was, but I was pointing out when he enjoys his garbage.
You do realize that next time I see you, I'm going to take your hat and throw it as far as I can. You better staple it like Harrison Ford in Last Crusade.
It's got a straw back here.
I mean, ladies and gentlemen, this is an audio program, but we do record on Be Live, and we can see each other. And I'm looking so. Greg's known me for years. Greg, you think I'm kidding?
No.
Yeah,
but you can ask your Series Stadium.
Get one of those strings. I know. It's like I ignored the comment because I think that might have put me over the edge. So I'm not going to ask you to repeat what you just said.
He has the string, though. Okay, nothing says a classy hat like having the string to keep it on your head.
This is an awesome.
Like a child
on the show may not realize how cool this hat is, unless you've watched Flesh Wound Horror. But it is an awesome hat. Some tilts there. It's an awesome hat.
I'll give
anytime you hear it on an
just pretty like cool
the
hat.
Audio of it's an awesome hat. Yeah, if it was that awesome, the person wouldn't need to defend it.
Maybe if the Raiders wore hats like this.
Okay, you know what? We're done with this segment. We pissed me off. We're good. We're all right. I'm ready to just draft cartoon characters. But before we draft cartoon characters, I got to ask this stupid question. Hold on. I apologize. Okay. Oh, look at this. The topic is NFL. And you know what, Greg? It features your favorite team. So I hope you enjoy it.
I do.
What Hall of Fame quarterback was the winner of the 1963 Heisman Trophy with Navy and was the MVP of Super Bowl VI with the Dallas Cowboys, Greg's favorite team? Once again, what Hall of Fame quarterback was the winner of the 1963 Heisman Trophy with Navy and was the MVP of Super Bowl VI with the Dallas Cowboys? Once again, Greg Larson's favorite team. Song you're hearing right now is Make It Funky by Ice-T, and we'll be back in a couple minutes with the answer here on KFWF.
Make it fun so the people can get down to the funky sound. Come on, crew, don't mess around. Make it fun so the girls can get busy. Dog the dance floor and make the guys get dizzy. Make it funky. Totally deaf and legally cut the records and the beat is down. Make it funky. Stupid fly. It's got to be F-U-N-K-Y so the two can get loose. Stop a dude, sound harder to do. Manipulate the bass game, give the levels a boost. And lyric layer rhyme say I'm born to be player. Politics, woman, kingpin, I'll be your mayor. Governor, senator, I'm your mentor. Rap I'm breaking stomach, get busy, no time to waste. Not the time to do body work. Here's the place.
What Hall of Fame quarterback was the winner of the 1963 Heisman Trophy with Navy and was the MVP of Super Bowl VI with the Dallas Cowboys? Song I'm playing was Make It Funky by Ice-T, because Ice-T was featured in the film Tank Girl, and that movie was set in the year 2033. And 33 was the number of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, center for the Los Angeles Lakers, but also featured in the film Airplane under the name Roger Murdoch, because the correct answer is Roger Staubach. Whew. That was a trip. I'll tell you, we didn't go through any covered bridges, though.
Can I throw a flag on that one? Come on.
What? No, you can't throw a flag on that. The only flag you can throw on that, he was not only was he a Los Angeles Lakers, but also a Milwaukee Buck. He was originally drafted by the Milwaukee Bucks. Lakers traded for him. That's the only flag you can throw on that. But I wanted to make the description or the connection a little bit shorter because it was already going through twists and turns. Yes, Todd.
Let's see.
Do you have another? How angry does this make you, Ozzy?
No.
How about 10? I'll just tell you 10 right now. I don't know what it is, but whatever chances are, it's going to be 10.
You can eliminate the entire Oakland Raiders football team with that. I mean, whittle it down a little bit. You had a chance.
We're not. This isn't the football draft or a football podcast. This is a stupid cast, if you will. And right now it's time for our stupid draft. And our stupid draft this week is drafting cartoon characters. Now, this is not a battle royale of, I'm going to pick XYZ so they can destroy your team. Of course, I'm only referring to one person in this podcast. I want to know your favorite cartoon characters. And we may have some that overlap, and I hope to steal them from you. So, however, I don't know how much of a chance I'll have on that, considering I'm third. But Todd is first. Order will go Todd, Greg, myself, then Dan. Wait, I'm kind of excited because it's going to be easy for me to I could just write down my two names right now and I'll be fine. But Todd, go ahead and kick us off.
All right. Well, my number one draft pick, it has to be Scooby-Doo.
Huh?
How are you going to argue?
I'm surprised. It's not a bad cartoon.
It's
I'm just
not
surprised.
bad. I think I was just open when I thought of this one. I didn't know what would be. Well, I'll be honest. I have a first overall, but I knew that there might be others. So I'm not. It just surprised me.
I thought you were owing on saying it wasn't a cartoon first.
Oh no,
no,
dude, that's like one of the OG Hanna-Barberas. So you have Scooby-Doo. Are you a fan of Scooby Snacks? Your own Scooby Snacks?
Yes. It's my favorite doobie.
There you go. All right, Greg. Who you got?
Oh man, I love me some cartoons, and there's so many great generations of them. Trying to this isn't my number one, but I think it's one that might not get back to me. So I'm going to take Bugs Bunny. I'm sorry, he's a classic.
That's who I thought. That was I didn't expect him to come to me. I figured you would pick him up. So, good pick. Bummer. Well,
by the way, did you see the new Space Jam outfit that LeBron will be wearing?
I did not, but it sounds like some vehicles are upset about that new Space Jam. So, maybe it's definitely made an impact for sure. Really upset. Oh no, that sounds more like a train. That's the
It is a train.
Express. That's the Space Jam Hate Express.
Raiders
Ship it out of here.
in front of it.
We're not talking about the Raiders anymore, Dan.
There's Dan beating a dead horse.
That's weird. That never happens.
Whose pick is it now? I'm excited. Is it Dan's yet?
No, it is not. It is mine.
Just pick John McClane and get
Now, I'm going to pick one here because I think this might actually be one Dan could pick. No, he won't. But I still want to take it because he's just so awesome. Raphael, Ninja Turtle.
You thought Dan would pick that? I could expect you thinking I'd pick it.
That's why I was just like, it's good. Greg showing your Ninja Turtles jersey. But Raphael, I mean, I actually dressed as him when I was 6 years old, first grade for Halloween. The size were awesome. His attitude was awesome. Like, Raphael was the man. And, like, I know it sounds weird, like, when it comes to cartoon characters, but right now, like, I gotta go with Raphael.
Wait. The Ninja Turtle that was most prone to yelling about things.
Now it is my turn. Now it is my turn to shine, by the way.
What do you mean turn to shine?
You know that it's a well-known comic first.
Didn't they come out? I thought we made the argument last time when you chose Shredder
No.
as a comic book villain. Dan was making the argument, well, the comic and the cartoon came out around the same
No, that is
time.
not true. The Archie comic did. Not the original comic.
All right. No, I'll make another pick. Fine. No, your time to shine. Fine. The producer
Which is why I
knows
took it off my list.
pick. No, that's fine. No. I knew you were going to do that. I got to pick another.
Oh, I know.
All
More
right, I'm gonna
airtime
pick
for
the second
Ozzy.
cartoon character. I know this is not. Shut up. I know this is not what a lot of people's number one will be, but when it comes to Looney Tunes, there's two characters that have made me laugh more than anybody. Greg, you took the first in Bugs Bunny. The second is Wile E. Coyote. And I know you might be thinking, he's nothing without the Roadrunner is contrary to that. You can look at the short Operation Rabbit, which is Bugs Bunny and Wile E. Coyote, which is still, like, I just watched it recently. Hilarious. And, of course, Greg and I have talked about the Ralph Wolf, which, I mean, Wile E. Coyote was animated with his nose was black. Ralph Wolf had animated a red nose, but they were the exact, like, practically the exact same characters. So if anybody wants to take Ralph Wolf, you're being a jerk. It's like, I consider Ralph Wolf and Wile E. Coyote more like just different characters on the same sketch show. Like, if you were to look at Looney Tunes as a sketch show, Wile E. Coyote and Ralph Wolf would be the same guys. That's my argument towards that. So I'm taking Wile E. Coyote for my first. All right, Dan, here we go. The main attraction of this draft.
All right, gentlemen. All right, I'm about to hit you with a nuclear warhead. Leading my team into Thunderdome is unbeatable, untouchable. My first pick is
This is your favorite cartoon character, essentially. right?
Yeah, well, among.
Because remember, we're not picking a battle royal. This is, I want your favorite cartoon characters. I explained that at the top.
They would also win.
So I just want to make sure that's okay. All right. Your favorite cartoon character is?
All right. Labby the Talking Hell Dog from 2012, Where the Dead Go to Die. Labby. Could make
that's your favorite animated film, then?
Yeah, my a buddy from my Chiller Theater days, Jimmy Screamer Claus, directed Where the Dead Go to Die.
And that's
Labby
Children Theater?
Chiller Theater.
Oh, okay. That's much better.
Yeah,
Children's
Children's Theater where the pets go to die.
No, definitely
That
not
would
a
be
kid's
something.
book.
At least you get authentic, reactions from the kids. If that.
Do not watch this for children. Labby the Talking Hell Dog is brutal and evil, and would easily.
Okay, so because I'm writing these down, and I'm writing everybody's down, not just yours. But so Labby, the Talking Hell Dog. Did I understand that correctly?
Well, or just Labby. I mean,
okay. Producer Todd's going to jump in on this one.
All right.
If this is like picking, like saying, "Oh, what's your favorite rapper?" and someone telling you some SoundCloud guy no one knows. So how is this okay if it is not like it's something just someone made?
Because Dan doesn't know anything else.
Hold on a second. Now I will defend Dan's pick here because I did say, and I specifically emphasized, your favorite cartoon character. Now, if this was a friend of his, I can see it like being that he can pick that as his favorite cartoon character. I mean, it like, so if we had a draft where we're drafting our own concert, right? And Dan picked a band, and I would look them up on Spotify, and they have less than 1,000 plays. I can't argue it's a band. Is it a successful band? That's not what the draft was about.
Dan doesn't like successful. Let's be real.
But it's more. But
That's
partially what makes it fun.
and that's what Weez appreciates about Stans.
Yeah, the Dan picks. I mean, it definitely on par with Dan picks there. So don't keep us in suspense any longer. Who's going to be paired with Labby the Talking Hell Dog?
oh, all right, back to back, sweet.
I
All
know,
right,
damn, there goes my next pick.
shut up, Dad. My next pick is from the Unearthed Films animated classic City of Rot. I choose Fred. Fred, in case you're unaware, is an elderly man who kills.
Just in case you don't know the guy I'm talking about, just in case.
The people that run in my circles know who Fred is. He's the old man that kills zombies with his walker, and he kills a lot of zombies in that. Fred is an elderly badass.
What cartoon is this from?
City of Rot, sir.
Okay, so this is Fred from City
Fred.
of Rot. What year did this film come out?
I do not have the year handy. I want to say
Decade?
Yeah, it's
2010-ish,
yeah. I was
so
going
it's
to say
new. Okay.
yeah.
something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I actually want to see this zombie killing guy with a walker. Like, that sounds fun.
So this next one, again, this is me picking with my heart. I'm just not sure if it'll come back, to be honest. I don't know, but even still to this day, I can watch this cartoon at 2 or 3 in the morning and still laugh my ass off. That's Popeye.
Yeah.
I love.
But
Yeah. What is? Are you going to tell? Is a comic strip before?
Yep. I had that on my list and I pulled it. Because that's like one of my very favorites. That would have been my number one.
All right. I'm going Daffy Duck.
Okay.
It's still not a bad backup pick.
It's not. And still another character who likes to get, or rather not like, but is entertaining to watch get angry. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
But has he killed any zombies with the walker?
Oh my God, Dan, we're not doing a battle. Put your gun away.
So
Three
All
big
right.
next week.
All right.
You know what I would love is that like one draft where he actually say, "All right, this is a battle royal. Who's got the best team?" And then he like picks Tinkerbell or something. I don't know.
You think you're throwing Labby over the top rope? I don't think so.
I just said it's not a. Oh,
I know. I had one.
The
I had
grandma
one-
from the Golden Girls.
I have one pick on here that was my beat whoever Dan picks, but I haven't used it. I'm afraid one of you two might. Not you, Dan.
well,
But
Todd, it's not your turn yet.
I know. I was going to say,
Okay.
but I'm just interested if anyone
Okay.
picks it.
All right, Greg.
All right. First off, Dan, we give you some crap, but I do have to say, last week we talked about a few people, and Dan sent me some videos to look up.
We're not talking about Wang Wang. We're not talking about Wang Wang.
We're talking about Wang Wang. Now, I still don't think he's great,
He's epic.
but was I amused?
I do not think it means what you think it means.
I was thoroughly amused, so Dan, thank you for expanding things that I know about,
There you
but I
go.
still don't agree.
Oh.
But anyway,
All right.
moving on.
Yeah.
I think I am going to take Yakko Warner as my number 2 pick. He's actually my number 2. I'm hoping my number 1 comes back. I think it will, but Yakko Warner, hands down, Animaniacs, one of the best series of all time, and even better as an adult because there are a lot of great jokes in there that I know I did not get when I was a child.
I just recently drove by the Warner Brothers water tower, and I immediately that's the first thing you think of when you see the Warner Brothers water towers.
Oh, yeah.
100%. All right, Todd.
All right, I'm going to Dan this one up a little bit, and I got to take the first adult cartoon ever, and that is not that kind of adult, and that is Fritz the Cat.
Fritz the Cat.
Nice.
See?
Well, I mean, like you shouldn't say "see" after Dan says "good pick" because that doesn't really help the case.
Oh, well, it is a classic. If you've never seen it, I'd recommend it.
You mean you were specifically saying Fritz the Cat, not Felix the Cat?
Fritz, Fritz. Ralph.
Is that
Ralph
the
Bastry.
German Felix?
No, well, he's not German.
Isn't
Learn
Fritz
some
a German
stuff,
name?
Ozzy.
Oh yeah, I guess it might be. I don't know if it is.
Is one of the terrorists' names in Die Hard? That's how I know it's a German name.
Makes
Got
sense.
Fritz written on his arm. Yeah, of course it makes sense. Anyhow,
Yep.
so you got a second pick.
Oh, that's right. I got to do two.
Yeah.
There's that one I just want to take from Dan just to be rude.
Why you think that?
Man, I'm going to go with, this is going to be one out of nowhere. No, man, this is hard. I got thrown off with some of the picks. All right. I'm going to go with Eric Cartman.
That's good.
It'll be a fun duo between Fritz and Eric.
Todd was torn between that and Mr. Hanky.
Legitimately, if I could show you my list, it was Eric Cartman / Mr. Hanky.
2 Mr. Hanky references, 1 episode.
Right.
Not bad.
Greg?
All right. My true number 1, and I have to take this character because it is tattooed on my leg. I have to go with Gurr from Invader Zim.
Alrighty.
I'm sorry. Did you think I was going to take one of yours?
Well, kind of. Like, it was that moment. It was like, oh, maybe he might. He probably won't, but he might. Kind of like,
Yeah.
And-
yeah. I know I could have probably taken that 4th. Nobody would have picked him up. But I have to give him that credit.
Hey, man, I
do
picked
think
Leslie Nielsen with my second pick in that comic actors draft. So it's okay.
it's true.
I
It's
passed
true.
up Robin Williams to pick Leslie Nielsen. No offense to Leslie Nielsen, in case you're listening.
I'd pick in that order.
Thanks. Which, by the, I mean, I just got to do a quick side note here because I asked my nephews that question. Like, hey guys, if you had to make a comedy movie, like a funny movie, who would you be? Like, who would be the first guy you'd want to pick? And the older nephew, he's like more like fantasy, science fiction interest. So like, he's like, I don't have an answer. But my other nephew, he says Danny DeVito. I was like, how? What? Because of course I'm always thinking It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and I was like, where did you see Danny DeVito? And he's like, Jumanji. And I was like, oh, okay.
Next he's going to say Wang Wang.
I think. Oh, for the love of anyway, my pick next, and I'm picking an individual who is rather newer, but every time I see this individual, like, always cracks me up, and that's Stewie Griffin.
Oh, not bad.
Newer, but still every single time, like, just, I mean, even there's something special when even my sister and I could, make jokes about a cartoon character that we both understand, because it's rare. In fact, my sister, she has the Stewie Griffin mommy as her ringtone when my mom calls her. So
brilliant.
That cracks me up if I ever hear that. All right, Dan, you got 2 picks.
2 picks. All right. Ending on a bang here. All right, my next pick, which I am seriously disappointed with, wrestling people here that you did not take this. And my pick is El Superbeasto from the haunted world of El Superbeasto.
The one that started off as a comic book?
Oh, it was? All right. I didn't know that.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right.
Dun, 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 dun.
We're
screwed.
We're axing El Superbeasto. That's cool. I have backups. Don't worry. All right. So now my pick is going to be Spanky Ham of Drawn Together.
All right.
Actually also started
Holy
as a
cow.
comic book before it went to a animated series.
I didn't know that one.
No, it didn't. I'm just messing with you. But
Oh, okay. Cool. Spanky Ham it is.
You were convincing there.
But
You
cool.
were convincing there.
Cool. All right, Spanky Ham. All right, I'm a little disappointed that I lost El Superbeasto, but that's cool. All right, so my final one, which you will all be familiar with. You should be familiar with Labby and, Fred, but, we're not as well-traveled. All right. The Great Cornholio.
Oh, wow.
I will tell you, I had them on my list, but my thing was I can't pick one without the other.
Well, I'm picking
Yeah,
the
that's
Great
the tough part.
Cornholio.
Oh, just
I mean, it's
Cornholio,
not
not just
bad.
Beavis?
not even Beavis.
Okay.
I'm
The
impressed that I
Great
know the person
Cornholio.
or the character.
Yeah.
Who's going to stop Cornholio? In
Well,
Thunderdome? Can you imagine? He'd be like no-selling everything. Can you imagine Daffy's offense just going to be sitting there like... "Rah."
You understand cartoons
Nothing.
are all going to no-sell something, right?
And
That's what they do.
Because Daffy Duck was shot point blank in the face with a shotgun, and all that happened was his beak was turned, or his bill was turned around, and he just needed to turn it right back.
Dan says the same thing happens to him. His beard just goes in the back of his face.
Shut up, Todd.
On top of that, both Gurr, who can pull just about anything out of his head, and Yakko Warner, who can pull just about anything out of nowhere, could just give him said teepee, and he would be fine for his bungholio. And it would calm him down. So, quick defense, if you did go to the Thunderdome.
There's no toilet paper anymore in 2020. He's going to be like an unstoppable killer.
Yeah,
I mean-
a lot of people are using bidets.
Yeah, but he doesn't want bidets, Ozzy. He wants TP.
I don't know. If Beavis had a bidet,
He would then be called Bivet.
He'd be
the
water
bidet.
fountaining that shit.
so every time you use the bidet, you'd hear that. Plop.
Absolutely.
A bidet with Beavis and Butthead sound effects does not sound like a bad idea, actually.
No.
I think that might actually sell. I should get on that. All right, last pick. I'm going to be honest. I had it and I lost it after I was so shocked about Beavis. and I'm
Great
really
cornholio.
frustrated.
Yeah,
Wait a
great
second.
cornhole. It's
Great
specifically.
cornholio. It's like us just calling you Kali. You got to add the great. Come on. Come on.
So you are okay. I'm not writing down Great Cornholio because it's Beavis. It's Beavis
No.
high on sugar. That's what
Great
caused Great
Cornholio.
Cornholio. It's Beavis.
You know what?
on a
I'm going to
sugar
tell you like
high.
this. It's like Dan wouldn't pick Mankind or wouldn't pick Mick Foley. He'd pick like Dude Love.
Yeah.
You wouldn't pick Mick Foley. He would pick Dude Love.
He wants a specific.
I'm going to destroy
character.
the logic, Ozzy. It can't be the same if he was eliminated as Mankind and Dude Love got to come out. So,
Told you.
Oh
boom.
my god.
Boom.
I'm scared. I kind of know where his logic goes.
My head hurts. My
I'm
head
just saying,
hurts a
Great
lot.
Cornholio could, I mean, you know.
All right. It's time for my final pick. And you might be saying this is kind of a cop-out because it's kind of like the, and I'm not even going to say Pepsi because Pepsi's total trash, but it's like the Dr. Pepper to Coke, or it's like a substitute. One could argue that, but at the same time, if you've seen this character's shorts, I'm not talking about the movie, but the shorts, the animated shorts, there's about 4 of them that come with the DVD of the movie. Each one is hilarious, and I actually want more. That character is Roger Rabbit.
I knew that's what was coming.
I mean,
He's
if I
brilliant.
couldn't have Bugs Bunny, like I'll be honest, I'm not messing it. Like you look at Roger Rabbit, you look at Bugs Bunny, it's like yeah, like Roger Rabbit's just gullible and dumb, where Bugs Bunny is more like the smarter one. Roger Rabbit's more about emotions and not being able to keep himself in check. But still, one of the funniest. I think it was before Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, where the baby Herman gets the rattle in his something, and they're in the hospital, and then Roger ends up swallowing the rattle, so they gotta operate on him, and then they're going through all the doors, and then the doctor pulls out the chainsaw, and he yells anesthetic, and he hits himself on the head with a hammer.
For anyone who wants to see it, this would be Tummy Trouble.
Tummy Trouble, that's what it was.
And you are
Yeah.
correct. It did play ahead of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
I remember watching Honey, I Shrunk the Kids in the theater, and I remember just laughing so hard at that one. And I used to put on the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids tape just to watch the cartoon, and I would stop it after the cartoon, the VHS, so I'd always have to rewind to see it again. But then later, when the DVD came out, it had the other shorts, which I highly recommend. Also has some humor that, as an adult, you would appreciate more, which is kind of funny. But Roger Rabbit is my final pick. Greg.
You know, that was on my list for sure. But I thought we said something about no live action things prior to talking about this. But I'm okay with it because he does have his own individual cartoons.
Like, that's his. He is like, he hails from
You know
Toontown.
what?
Like,
I almost let that go now, but since Greg went and said something, Who Censored Roger Rabbit is the famous book it's based off.
excuse me.
Who Censored Roger Rabbit is the famous book it was based off.
I don't understand what you're saying.
It's a book before it's a movie.
God, Popeye, Roger Rabbit.
And you know what? It slipped my mind till Greg said, well, but no, that's 100% correct. Well, he didn't say that, but it triggered.
Sorry, Ozzy. Didn't mean for that. I was going to let it go.
I was busy producing. I didn't even notice.
There are still great characters left from City of Rotten where they go to die.
I will say this, Ozzy. This is all I'm going to say, is I am shocked by the lack of Disney characters from YouTube.
Yeah, I think it's because I think for us, we've seen a lot of Disney characters in our lifetime. So it's like,
sure.
You know,
But
I almost just want to take one specific Disney character just to smite Greg, but I'm not going to do that because I know he wouldn't pick it anyway. I don't think he would pick it because it's not necessarily in the theme of what's going on. But I'm going to take him anyway. Buzz Lightyear.
Good, because that wasn't who I was going to pick.
I know. Damn it, but I had no other option. Okay, Todd, you mentioned I'm surprised by lack of whatever. One of the things I did at Disneyland was a place called Club Buzz, where I was a club owner, and like at the time, like I was selling that Buzz Lightyear was the coolest character in the entire park, and part of me believed it after a certain point. And I can't think of anybody else at this moment. Like I got 2 Looney Tunes, I got Stewie Griffin. I wasn't obviously with the Roger Rabbit. Technically, that's Touchstone, sure, but I when it comes in the pecking order, like I just that's where I'm going. He's a space ranger.
That's
How
right.
do you not take
Don't argue with
Mr.
me
Toad
because
over
cartoon
him, though?
space ranger.
All right.
Oh, here we go.
No. I just can I say what I could say about Buzz Lightyear?
Yeah, no, please do. Let me pick again. Go ahead.
No. It's not about that. It's not about that. Just about things we should and should not say about our past. So that sounds worse than it really is. So I have to applaud Ozzy for that choice because I also had a pivotal role with said character of Buzz Lightyear. Do you see where I'm going now,
Yeah,
Ozzy? Is that
100%.
an okay? We're okay here.
Yeah,
This
we're
is a
fine.
safe space.
We're
Okay.
fine.
So I did get to portray Buzz Lightyear at Disneyland, and so that is a great pick. I do have a lot of great ties with him. He was someone that I thought about, but I do have to go with a different Disney character that I also have. Well, I also have a Buzz Lightyear tattoo, but nonetheless, a different Disney character that I first had tattooed because this character was able to say so much with just his face. The outtakes of this character, if you go watch the special edition DVDs, he has some of the funniest moments. He's got kindness, he's got humor, and doesn't have to say a word. It is Dopey from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. If I'm true to myself and not going for a popular vote.
If it were popular, it'd be Mr. Toad. He's like
Now,
ultimate Disney.
this is not me trying to exact revenge.
Oh, you gotta say it's a book. Well, no, Dopey was not one of the characters in the book. They were Seven Dwarfs, but he was actually a character created for the movie.
There you go.
More just Walt Disney named him and characterized them for the movie.
Right.
Well,
What do you say, Producer Todd?
here's my take on that one.
Well, I said we'd put it to a vote. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I was personally, like, for me, I was kind of avoiding, fairy tales like Merlin and stuff like that.
For the same
But-
movie.
If
Right.
Todd and Dan, if you guys say it's cool, I'm not going to fight it.
Can I
He
give
didn't
my
exist
opinion on this
before,
one?
So
Yeah.
I'm going to
Of
say
course.
it would be like picking Harley Quinn. That's my opinion. Because it's a character created for that cartoon universe.
All right.
Does my logic
No,
not make
fine.
sense? Dan,
No,
what do
it
you
makes
say?
sense. It makes perfect sense.
Yes! Yes!
I'm just frustrated that I didn't pick Darkwing Duck.
Or Terry McGinnis.
Launchpad?
Oh, no. Terry McGinnis was Batman Beyond.
No.
Character created just for the cartoon.
No, but
he was not Bruce Wayne.
Batman Beyond never intrigued me.
Oh,
So
that's sad.
I mean, sure, I guess.
All right. Fair enough. All right.
All right.
Todd?
Todd, last pick.
I know. I had some that you guys might know, the Foghorn Leghorns. One Dan would know, Julie from Heavy Metal 2000. See, I had another Dan pick. The one I'm shocked the bottom two did not pick, because one of you picked him as your favorite comedian. The other, even earlier today, mentioned he missed that pick, and that's I'm shocked neither of you took Genie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's a good character.
But that's a borderline one too.
It is.
So I get why I didn't. So mine's going to be, I know Ozzy's going to think it stinks, but I'm going to go with...
Is it a Pepsi cartoon?
I'm going to go with Jay Sherman. Ozzy in animated form.
Shut up! What are you talking about?
That's the critic, John Lovitz.
Just because Facebook thinks I look like Jay Sherman, that makes it, oh, okay, he looks like Ozzy. He doesn't have any hair. He doesn't have any facial hair. And he's a kid, which obviously...
Greg, you know what to do with
accurate.
that piece of information.
Oh, yeah.
He preferred when
It's
it
on
was
its way.
Roman.
Don't.
Yes, when I watched High School High, Facebook tagged the poster as Ozzy. That's my final pick.
Okay, so Todd's team of favorite cartoon characters, Scooby-Doo, Fritz the Cat, Eric Cartman, and Jay Sherman. Greg had Bugs Bunny, Yakko Warner, Gurr from Invader Zim, and Dopey. There's an asterisk for Dopey saying I voted against it. Then there's Wile E. Coyote, Daffy Duck, Stewie Griffin for my team, also with Buzz Lightyear. However, next to Buzz Lightyear, I do have in parentheses, but really Roger Rabbit. And Dan has Labby the Talking Hell Dog, Fred from City of Rot, Spanky Ham, and Beavis.
Great cornholio.
You see, you lost me with the first two, but the second two, I'd watch the hell out of that.
As
They
Beavis,
don't.
right?
I'm just
As
saying they don't
Beavis, right,
mesh
Todd?
together. Yeah. Well, I'm saying yes, Beavis
Dan?
or Great Olio.
I'll tell you this
Labby.
right now. Hold on a second. When it comes to Great Cornholio and Beavis, you're really going to want to go with Beavis. And I'll tell you why. Is because when I first got a credit card, or not like a check card, and I was working at Knott's, one of the first purchases I made, I saw an advertisement for Time Life Video where they were selling 6 Beavis and Butthead DVDs for $60. I was like, yeah. I was 17 years old. I didn't know any better because I didn't realize that they didn't come with the music videos. Those cartoons with the music videos are hard to go through because it turns out the music videos was a great way to break up stuff that was going on in the episode. So watching it back, and then I also watching Great Cornholio, and you watch all the episodes that feature Great Cornholio, you're going to want Beavis because with Beavis you get Great Cornholio as well as all the Beavis stuff. So I just want to specify that. I'm helping you out here.
No, because he's the alternate ego.
Why?
Dude, love is
bother?
not mankind. Cactus Jack is not Mick Foley.
It doesn't matter because I'm writing down Beavis, and nothing's going to change that. So
I still win, but
no, there's nobody won here. There wasn't there were no battle royal here. Nobody won, nobody lost.
the belt will be here for the next show.
What belt?
I'm the KFWF champion.
It's his championship hat.
Apparently. All right. Since I couldn't pick Roger Rabbit, you guys ready for the last trivia question?
Oh, we still have more? No.
Yeah, we got one more. And let's see. This one's maybe. You definitely have a shot here. Let's check this out. This is in the topic of national parks. What United States National Park is the largest national park that lies entirely in California and is the second most visited national park in California? Once again, what United States National Park is the largest national park that lies entirely in California and is the second most visited national park in California? Song you're hearing, Sin City by Dead End Road. I'll be back in a couple minutes with the answer here on KFWF.
Sin City. night. The dice are rolling hot today. The 6 and 8 keep hitting the hard way. Roulette wheel and your number's hot. You put your money down on that spot. The one bet is smiling back to you. You got that feel, you know what to do. Sin City, dice are rolling. Sin City, drinks are flowing. Sin City, always dreaming. Sin City, love that feeling. Hot things at the big fight, 24/7 and open all night. You cash your chips at the steel cage. We've been partying all night and we still want to rage. Sin City, dice are rolling. Sin City, drinks are flowing. Sin City, always dreaming. Sin City, love that feeling. Oh yeah,
What United States National Park is the largest national park that lies entirely in California and is the second most visited national park in California? Song and playing was Sin City by Dead End Road, because it was to reference the film Sin City, which one of its stars was Bruce Willis, who also starred in Sixth Sense alongside Haley Joel Osment, who is also featured in the Hulu original series Future Man, starring and character named Joshua Hutcherson, for Joshua Tree being the correct answer. I saw some reactions going on as I was reading. What?
You do not want to get into a Haley Joel Osment thing with Dan.
What is there to get into? These are all facts. This is not.
Well, he went to Planet Hollywood.
In this movie.
No.
Yeah.
Planet
Did you have a problem? Was he taking the attention from waitresses? Was he sitting with Justin Timberlake at Planet Hollywood when you wanted your wings?
I have a problem with that hideous creature murdering that small child in Sixth Sense and like wearing its skin. I mean, have you seen him? It's like he's like a nightmare come to life.
I told
dude.
you.
It's like the face. It's like some alien skinned him. It's like an extraterrestrial leather face. Just took the kid and just
the short version of this.
Face.
Dan is afraid of the way he looks because he thinks he looks weird. But only Dan's the only person who like has this issue. Dan has this very specific phobia no one else has. We need to come up with the name for this one.
If I ran into him in a park, I would.
I know why you don't like him. I think in like one of the first few episodes, when like stuff had changed, and they come back and he's like kind of weak or whatever. His character's changed. He has food on his face.
No, it's been longer than that. But... No, he's been like this for like 8 years.
Well, he was a child actor beforehand. I'm sure at one point he had spaghetti sauce
dead.
all over his mouth.
This is like the alien that's wearing his face, dude.
And then he was mad. And then he's mad. I said he should play him in the biopic of Dan Shine.
Oh, that is a Kickstarter.
That is an Oscar winner.
There you go.
See his reaction of little children with spaghetti all over their face. Oscar.
Oh, that's ass kicking territory.
All right. So before we say good night, goodbye, we have final thoughts, and I'll just kick things off saying I hate my own rules. I hate my own rules, because otherwise I would have been able to pick Roger Rabbit. So
I have to say that I love that sometimes comedy writes itself, like the Raiders.
What? Come on!
It's like the Benny Hill theme every time they're out there trying to like throw the ball and.
That's your final thought.
Yeah, that's my final thought.
No, Greg, I know your final thought, but Dan chimed in. I just want to make sure. Dan, is that your final thought so we can move on?
No. Raiders suck. Haley Joel Osment's hideous.
Those are more than one. I asked for one.
Shut up,
thought,
Todd.
singular, not plural.
My final thought was going to be I was going to reverse the decision on Roger Rabbit, but after Ozzy's just outburst now, I'm sticking with it was a book first.
Liar. You are such a liar.
Yeah, if you're going to yell at me, Ozzy, I'm going to vote against you as well.
You all are liars.
Ozzy on a scale
all
of
right.
1 to 10.
The Raiders were probably clowns first.
Okay,
then.
you know what? You guys are ridiculous. It's time to end this thing. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. You've heard Greg, Todd, Dan. Say goodnight.
Good night, everybody.
Good
I'm
night,
Ozzy.
Raider
I'm a
Nation.
little angry. I apologize, but I'm going to send you out with the song played at the end, credits of Looney Tunes Back in Action. That was Shake Your Coconuts by Junior Senior. And we'll be back next week. Hopefully I'll be in a better mood right here on KFWF.